This is the plaintiff, Daniel Muir. He says his brother borrowed his car, parked it, and it was damaged. The defendant's car had black paint on the trailer hitch, and the dent in his brother's black car was in a perfect square, the exact size of the defendant's trailer hitch. When the cops came, the defendant refused to back his truck up to see if things lined up. The guy is guilty as sin, and he's owed the $2,137.02 he owes his brother for the repairs. This is the defendant, Jose DaCosta. He says he did not hit or back into anyone. There were plenty of other trucks with trailer hitches in the parking lot, and the plaintiff has no proof he did anything improper. He has no idea how or even if the plaintiff's car was hit, but does know one thing. He doesn't owe the scammer a dime. He's accused of causing a hiccup with his pickup.
All parties, please raise your right hands. You seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Daniel
Muir.
Muir?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Jose DaCosta for $1,937.02 plus $200 in car rental. That amount is in damages that you say he did to your car. Now, you were actually driving, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm confused. Who's who? What's your name?
I drove the car. My name's Christopher Muir.
Okay, and you were the one driving Daniel's car. Daniel, you weren't in there, right?
No. Yeah.
What happened?
Let's see.
Where were you?
In Park Street in Hartford. Is the rear parking lot behind.
Of what?
It's a 3-family house, and it's a driveway.
Okay.
With a lot in the rear.
All right, and you were a guest of somebody who lives there?
That lived there, yes, ma'am.
And then you walk out in the morning. What time is the morning?
Probably 8:30. So I go outside, and I see the bumper hanging off the vehicle. Somebody had obviously hit it and then tried to push it back on. So I went into the first floor where Mr. Jose and his associates were at. And I asked who had hit my car, because obviously there was damage to the car. He said he didn't do it. He didn't know what happened. So then we took a look at the car, and it was damaged there was a square from the trailer hitch. I got a picture of it. Let me see that.
Yeah, let me see the picture of the damage.
Mr. Jose has a brand new truck, so I didn't think it was his truck. I said it obviously had to be one of his other trucks in the lot.
How many trucks were in the lot?
There was 3 trucks. Yes, sir. Okay. There was 3 trucks in the lot, but his was the newest truck. So I didn't think it was his truck. So I actually said, obviously it wasn't yours. And then
how'd you know which one was his truck?
Oh, I know him.
Oh, you know him before this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go on.
I stayed there a lot. But I said, obviously it wasn't your truck that hit me because your truck's brand new. It didn't have any damage on it. So as I looked at it, the tow hitch actually had black paint on it.
His tow hitch?
Yeah, and the rear of his bumper had some scuff marks.
Scuff marks? Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, he said he didn't do it. I said, I'm going to call the cops. I called the officer.
Wait, he wiped it down.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was wiping it down after I told him there was paint on it.
Did you take a picture?
Bumper. Not of him wiping it, no.
Not before he wiped it?
No, I just told him I was going to call the officer. Call the cops. So the cops came.
Did you have a cell phone that day?
Yes, but
Does your cell phone take pictures?
Didn't have a camera, no.
It didn't have a camera?
No.
Do they still make cell phones without? Go ahead.
Anyways, yeah, I do. But so I called the officer, and the cops came at 9 o'clock, and he told us that he was going to reenact the accident. So he asked Mr. Jose to get in his truck and to back up to my car to see if he indeed hit my car. He's like, this is BS. I don't have to do this. So the officer's like, please get in there. We're going to do old school police work. You know, you need to get in the vehicle and do what I tell you, basically. So he gets in the car. He starts backing up. He says, sir, back up to the left. He's backing up diagonally. He's backing up. He's just being very difficult for the officer. And he's yelling, and you're being racist. You're giving me a hard time. And the officer said,
you're being what?
He said that you're being racist. The officer, he said that. The officer
he said to the officer that the officer was being racist against him because he's Hispanic?
That's what he said. The officer was African-American, or I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
He finally lined it up correctly, and the officer said, sir, come in the back, and I'll show you why you hit this man's vehicle. And he said, I don't have to do this. You're wasting my time, and I'm not going to go through all this. Anyways, the officer finally put him in handcuffs because he was yelling.
Really?
So much, yeah. He was being very irate with the cop. The officer said, obviously you did it, sir. Just be a man, grow up, be an adult, call your insurance, and they'll take care of it. This is what you have insurance for. He proceeded to say he didn't do it. Yeah, that was it.
Okay, but what did the cop do? Did he take him into custody?
No, the cop said he couldn't do anything because there was no witnesses. But he said he was going to write up that there was damage.
And he
on the
did. The
vehicle.
police officer wrote a report where he talked about the reenactment and how he
Yeah.
aligned the cars and how the damage on both cars was perfectly
ma'am.
aligned. Do you have the police report? I have a photocopy
Yeah, I
of it,
do.
but I want to see if you have something. Okay. Did you ever speak to the gentleman again about the damage at some point?
Yeah, as soon as the police left, he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, it didn't happen this morning. If it did happen, it had to be last night. And he's like, just call my insurance. They'll take care of it. It's only a Honda bumper. It'll be $100. So then I called the insurance company, reported the whole thing, and the insurance company,
Called you back and said, we're denying the claim because?
First they sent somebody out. He said he didn't do it. Long story short. He said he didn't do it, yeah.
So he changed his mind again. All right, Mr. DaCosta, what's going on?
See that clipboard right there?
Yep.
All the cars are on the right side of the clipboard. And my car was head
Come here. You're going to use a clipboard? Use a clipboard.
There you go.
Whiteboard, not clipboard.
Driveway. Cars. I think there's 6. And my truck was like this. Okay, there's the driveway in. And his car was one of these. And there was a couple other trucks there. And I was right here like this. And he says, I hit him, but
Where had you been the night before?
home?
Where had you been? You're smiling because you know my next question. Had you been drinking?
No, I don't drink.
No?
I drink occasionally.
Oh, you can't talk.
Wait, get to the
Go ahead.
one or the other, and
Just-
then you can talk. Had
No.
you been drinking? Because you had a big smile on your face as soon as I asked you that question.
I did.
Well, even if I was drinking the night before, hopefully I would have been straight in the morning.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm just wondering because of the comment that he says you made to him about how it didn't happen this morning, maybe it happened last night. That's why I'm wondering.
I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. As far as that goes, I don't know where we got that comment. But
I mean, there's a square on his bumper exactly the size of a hitch that, according to the police officer's report, aligned perfectly with your car.
there's also, I think I had a 2011 Silverado. There was a Silverado in the parking lot, and there was a Trailblazer in the parking lot, and they both have the same hitches.
Okay, but why did the officer pick on you then? Was it because of the paint transfer
No, 'cause I thought
on
he
the
was
car?
I thought
and
he
the
was
fact that there were scuff marks that also aligned?
I thought I was going to get a raw deal because when I saw the officer coming in, I had altercation with him a while back over a
Oh
different
my
issue.
Lord, the plot thickens.
So-
what was the altercation you had with that officer beforehand?
I parked on a street and there was a no parking sign there, but the sign was the opposite way. I couldn't see it. He gave me a ticket, and I told him he's an idiot for giving me a ticket
You said that to the officer while he's giving you a ticket?
because he was hard because he gave me the ticket. I couldn't see the ticket, and I was right there in the car. So yeah, I told him that, and I thought he was going to give
How'd
me.
that work out for you?
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if the paint matches and the cars align perfectly, is that enough for the plaintiff to win the case?
I would say that it's not enough.
Oh, God, what do you need?
You would have to have an eyewitness that the person.
Ah, are
was
you
in the-
kidding me? Come on. I mean, who thinks it's enough? Sir,
I don't think it's enough. It's enough to prove the car was there.
what's wrong with you guys? I mean, what do you want?
I think he has a good point.
Oh, my God. Are you guys kidding me? Going inside the courtroom.
How'd that work out for you when the same officer shows up at your property on this?
I couldn't believe he was coming. I just said,
Did he remember you?
I think he knew me.
Were there other Silverados in the parking lot?
They were different heights.
They were different heights?
Yeah, different heights. One
If
had
you
a
want to
ball
prove
on
to
the
me that
end.
there were a bunch of other cars here with hitches in the same spot, I would love to see the picture. Do you have a cell phone?
No, I do have a cell phone, but I didn't
Doesn't
take no
take pictures?
No,
Let me see your cell phone.
it's in the car. I got an iPhone.
Does it all?
You have an iPhone that doesn't take pictures?
No, I got it in the summer last year. It was after the accident I got it.
Let me see the estimates that you have. Did you get more than one estimate?
No.
We got an estimate, yes, and then somebody came out from his insurance came out.
Did they write up an estimate?
This,
Hand it to my bailiff. Any
I'm
estimates
sorry,
you
this,
have?
this is from there. I apologize. This just said from their insurance company
Right.
that the vehicle was worth $2,800. That's what he
Oh
gave
yeah,
him,
that's the rest of it.
and that's the rest of it.
The staples came
Either
out.
way,
It's lower. That's probably why you didn't hand it to me.
Huh?
You heard me. You guys think I'm some kind of fool? I knew this one would be lower. Not by much. Do you have an estimate for the car rental?
No.
no ma'am.
Okay. I would love to have some pictures. That would be awesome. or video even of the actual reenactment, because it's so rare that an officer on private property take the time.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he does remember you calling him an idiot. Which is why you shouldn't call an officer an idiot on their turf. To their face, it's yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. Then you go to court and you fight whatever it is. But what do you think is going to happen when you tell a cop on the street that he's an idiot? Or when you argue with a cop who's trying to give you a ticket? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, that's just goofy.
Worse before he
I mean, my kids have better sense than that. My kids know to just stand there and, you know, not that they've been stopped by officers or anything, but, you know, that's the first thing I taught my daughter when I taught her how to drive. That is the officer's courtroom. You will not beat him there. Nothing but total respect.
I gave him my respect. I gave my opinion of him,
You gave him your respect. You're an idiot. And then the guy comes back to investigate something on your property and goes through this whole Perry Mason stuff, which they never do. They usually say, it's private property, and walk off. You're right. I think he did remember you. There seems to be rather insurmountable evidence that there was paint transfer, that there were matching scuff marks, and that it was on your hitch, which is square, which is exactly the size of the dent here. And therefore, I am going to find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of what he's asking for the rental, which is minimal, I think, and the lower estimate, which it took him a while to cough up. So total judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,896.65. Good luck, folks.
Well, here comes the defendant coming out of the courtroom on the losing end of this case. What comments could you possibly have now?
No, she ruled, so he obviously won the case.
Yeah. The evidence kind of piled up on you there, it looked like. It just looked like you were the man.
Well, I disagree with the decision, but it is what it is.
Right, okay. Well, the more you, say things to officers and the more you express your opinion, at times like that, it looks like the deeper you're getting into it here.
Probably, but
right?
Yeah.
Right. What do you think of Officer McIntosh over there?
He's a good guy.
Okay. All right. All right. Head right around the corner here. He's learning. All right. So step on in. You satisfied how the case comes out? Come on in.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Good.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, we're satisfied.
You surprised you had to drag him all the way to court to get this done?
Yeah, that's lousy. For that little amount of money, he should have just admitted it. Took the slap on the wrist. Insurance would have went up a few dollars, but that's it.
You think the cop dragged him through that at the scene because of some of the stuff he said?
He didn't say nothing until later on, so I don't think he remembered initially.
All right. Harvey, what do you got?
Okay, I got to tell you, you have to always take a picture before you move the cars. Before you move them, take pictures of everything around, and especially the point of impact and the damage. It will help you if it ends up in court, and you never know if it will or won't. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.